One of the major industries to be impacted by President Donald Trump's ongoing trade wars is the auto sector. Even if you're buying an American brand, most of those parts are still coming from abroad. Joining me now is the owner and CEO of celebrity motor car company, Tom Maoli. Tom, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, Tom, a bunch of manufacturers have end of summer sale events. We've seen those on TV ads. Usually at the end of summer, right before Christmas, are pretty popular times. I'm talking about Toyotathon, Happy Honda Days, etc. How are these events going to look this year with these tariffs?
Well, listen, I think that, at the end of the day, they're still going to have sales, but I think the tariffs are going to affect the pricing, but I do think you're going to see less of those sales because right now manufacturers are holding back on inventory and producing less because they don't know where they're going. They don't know what the future brings. They don't know whether to build more cars, not build more cars. The tariffs are going to impact the number of cars that are sold on an annual basis. And so if the tariffs do not go away or get reduced, or this does not get resolved, then the manufacturers are going to pull back on producing inventory, which at that point they don't have to have sales. They don't have to have the marketing ads that you see on TV. That those were all pre-COVID in the boom years when manufacturers were overproducing, and they needed to move inventories.
Right.
That's not where we're at.
Right. If you don't have the inventory, you have nothing to sell, right? So, Tom, let's talk
Correct.
about your company. Celebrity Motor Car specializes in luxury brands. How do you see luxury brands doing in this environment? Will they suffer because of the tariffs?
Well, listen, I think it all depends on your market. If you have a luxury brand in New York City or in LA, or in Miami, you're going to do fine because the wealth is still there. The people have the money, and even though the tariffs are there and it costs more money, they're willing to pay for it. But I think overall, if you blanket the country in the U.S., you're going to have a lot of downstream buying. People are going to go to Nissan and Honda and lower cost brands because the monthly payments are astronomical. The average new car
Right.
price in the United States of America is about $40,000. If we stick with this 25% tariff, we're talking about a $10,000 increase. That increases someone's car payment by $300 a month. That's a lot of money.
It is, right, especially in this economy. Before we let you go, I want to get some advice for our viewers looking to buy a car right now. What's your best advice, real quick, for them?
Listen, I would repair and keep it on the road as long as you can, repair what you have, and let's see what happens. I think ultimately this gets sorted out. President Trump is not, is a very smart man. I know him personally, and he's going to have this resolved. And at the end of the day, he wants to get everyone to the table and negotiate. And there'll be tariffs, but I don't think they're going to be 25%. I think you're going to see fives and tens, and I think it's going to come down to a normal level. So I would stand down. And in the meantime, I think we're going to see interest rates come down, which is also going to help the car payments. So that would be my advice to consumers.
Tom Maoli, owner and CEO of Celebrity Motor Car. Tom, thank you so much.
Thank you.